Good evening, everybody. Welcome to BSTV. I'm Clyde Whiting, and tonight we are back in BSTV GT4 TCR Challenge action. Season 8, Round 6, live from Barber Motorsports Park. In the booth with me tonight, I have the man who has forgotten more than Pete Bingham will ever learn. It's the legend that is Alan Toon. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody, and my pleasure to be here tonight. I'm looking forward to this. I really like this track.
And on the wheels of steel, giving you all your fantastic graphics and pictures on the screen, it's the one and only, who's not dead yet, Mr. Sam Boozin. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
Right, Alan, so Barber Motorsports Park. It's not an easy track. There's a lot of blind corners and things like that, but it is a track that does lend itself to fantastic racing. What sort of experience have you got round here, and what do you think about it?
I've driven lots of things around here. It's I've been around here in Mazdas, TCRs, Ferrari. It's a really great track, Clyde. You know, it's got these lovely cresty blind corners and these amazing little dips that catch you out, and wicked little turns, and some really quite little dangerous sections that look quite innocent, but you find yourself on the wrong side of the camber. And great track. I don't know who designed it, but he was a fiend and he knew what he was doing because he's used every piece of the ground here, every advantage of the terrain he's taken. He's used every little bit of it to get height and flow into this track. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I don't have that information, but I'm sure in a previous life he was a barber. Enough of the dad jokes. So we are in Birmingham in Alabama. It is a 2.38 mile track, and at the end of tonight we are halfway through season 8. So whilst the qualifying is going on, let's just have a quick look at where we are. So GT4, Simon Trendle leads the way with wobbly kneecaps in second and Jamie Wilson in third. In TCR, Stephen Walker leads the way with Russell Cowell in second and Spencer McCarthy in third. Team Chimera lead the way in the Teams Championship with Spectre 6 second and Spectre 6 Hyundai in third. Driver of the meeting, Jamie Wilson and Simon Trendle equal first with 4 votes, and Shane Powell in third with 3. So this is the last round of the head-to-head group stage tonight. So after tonight we will find out who is against who in the TCR quarterfinals. Currently, Spencer McCarthy and Gary Craig lead Group 1, Matt Elmore and Carl Hardy Group 2, Stephen Walker and Russell Cowell Group 3, Shane Powell and Sam Blease Group 4. In GT4s, obviously, they will skip the quarterfinals and go straight to the semi-finals. That will be decided tonight. At the moment, Group 1 is led by Jamie Wilson and Stefan Goebel. Group 2 by Simon Trendle and Wobbly Kneecaps. Last time out, Alan, Long Beach, Wobbly Kneecap, Simon Trendle, Jamie Wilson, first, second and third in GT4. Shane Powell got his first win in the series and ever in TCR, with Spencer McCarthy in second and Russell Powell in third. And just to finish off the stats, we have raced here before in this series, way back when we first started in season 1. Andrew Hopley took away the win in GT4 in his BMW, and believe it or not, big drum roll, Carl Hardy in an Audi got his one and only win in the series round here.
Bravo. It just goes to show you how exciting the car's good around this track, but this track suits the TCR very much.
Yeah, well, this is one of Pete Bingham's favourite tracks. He keeps telling us how well he goes round here, so that's definitely going to end in tears. We're 5.5 minutes into the qualifying session. No real surprises on the leaderboard yet, Alan. Simon Trendle leads the way in GT4 with wobbly kneecaps seconds. Rob Venn doing well, currently on provisional third. And TCR, Sam Blees, this is all just changed in the last couple of seconds. Currently Sam Blees, Spencer McCarthy and Stephen Walker are leading the way. The first time I looked up, Russell Cowell was in second. He's now into fourth. So drivers are setting quicker times all of the time, Alan.
Yes, and there's it's tight between the GTs and the TCR. It's not a huge difference there. I think the GT4 drivers are going to have a bit of a handful around. This is it's a 1.5 minute lap, isn't it? And really, it's a twisty, turny old place, and they're going to have to work hard to get the best out of this circuit with these cars. Whereas I think the touring cars with their front wheel drive just going to gobble this place up. I love driving this in the TCRs. The front wheel drive cars, just they're a joy to drive around. It's very exciting, exhilarating. So I'm expecting to see pretty cracking racing, actually.
Yeah. Just looking down the list, who do I think is out of position at the moment? Gary Craig in 7th in TCR. Interestingly, the drivers are fixed to the car that they took part race 1. And then between this round and the next round, there is an amnesty for car changes. Gary Craig has already put in his change because he's just not getting on with this Elantra. So be interesting to see how many drivers do actually swap cars and what the latest feeling is, Alan, on which car is the best.
Yeah, that's I didn't know that was coming up. That is interesting indeed, and we'll see what happens there, because I didn't realise that was going to happen. But they what an opportunity if you're not happy, and if Gary's not happy with that car, it'd be great for him to get in something that's some wheels that suit him.
Yeah, we used to allow drivers a free choice of car, but a particular driver who will remain nameless basically changed car every week, and it was an absolute nightmare on the website and the paint packs and everything else. So this season was the first season that people have been fixed to their cars from the get-go. But when we do that, we do always have this car swap amnesty in the middle of the season, where it doesn't cost drivers any points if they wish to change their cars.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing to do, I think, actually. A fun thing to do. And we'll see what happens.
I would expect Pete Bingham to change his car, because although he says he's really good round here, he's currently last.
Martin's 10th as well, and Martin had a great week last week. He did. This track, I don't know. It's a tight one. I don't see wobbly and stretching his legs and getting away this week. Maybe in the same way Simon is quick by the looks of this.
They're trading wins, aren't they, this season? They are the only two drivers, I believe, that have won in GT4 this season. Be nice to see somebody else take away a win. Whereas the TCR drivers are spreading it about. 2 for Stephen Walker, 1 for Sam Blease, 1 for Spencer McCarthy, and 1 win for Shane Powell as well. So
That's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah. So all we need nice one for Mr. Hardy, one for Mr. Craig, one's But yes, Simon and Wobbly are having a good time carving up the GT4 cake, aren't they?
yeah, the pair of them are currently. I just see Wobbly crash on my screen. They're currently half a second ahead of third place Rob Venn, which is that's an almighty gap. That is.
Yeah, it's quite a big gap. Jamie was quick last week as well, of course, and he's got an even bigger gap at the moment. So, but early days, I think. How long have we got left? We've still got a while left. This tyres make a big difference. I went out and did a few laps, and it took a good lap and maybe a lap and a half to get the tyres anything like before you could actually start to feel any confidence that you're going to get around it. Okay, before you could start to push, you know.
Yeah, and I think there's 16 turns, I believe, round here. Some of them are tight. There's a lot. I think there's going to be a lot of left hand, especially left front tyre wear. So I'd be very surprised if drivers don't change at least 2 tyres on the pit stop. We've seen drivers try it before, and it looks good for a little while, but it suddenly goes south.
Yes.
So yeah, I have a feeling there that drivers are going to at least be changing fronts. Rears tend to be all right. And obviously in the front wheel drive car it's quite difficult getting temperatures into the rear tyres, so I know a lot of the drivers don't like to touch the rears. They only change the fronts.
Well, they're doing all the work, they're doing all the braking, they're doing all the driving, and they have to work jolly hard, and these drivers work these tyres hard. They're good drivers, they're technically very, very good, and they can really push the equipment to the edge of its capability, and they do.
Yeah.
What's the princess doing down there?
I don't know. I honestly have no idea.
Oh, there you go. There's a little move. Paul Martin's been on the wrong side of that, though.
Yeah, Pete has foraged his way up to second from last.
Yeah, it's finding his pace now. Probably getting his tyres nice and warmed up. I can well understand him liking it. I don't know many people that don't like this one. This isn't really what I would call a Marmite track. I think nearly everybody can tell that this is a real great race track.
I remember doing this in the Indy car. That was fun.
Brief. I bet that was a bit tasty. Goodness me.
If I remember rightly, I don't think I lasted very long. Maybe about 4 corners.
I'll get out the pits, so I don't know. Just 4 corners, that's quite impressive.
So just over a minute to go. GT4, Simon Trendle, wobbly kneecaps, and Jamie Wilson has popped himself onto the provisional third. In TCR, Sam Blease, Spencer McCarthy, and Stephen Walker. And they've got themselves a little bit of a gap over Shane Powell and the chasing pack.
It's going to be This track's going to make, like you said earlier, it's going to be close racing. You can't, it's unavoidable on this track. It just brings the cars together.
Ooh,
Hello.
boom.
I'm not sure that was a strategic decision. If it was one of mine. So he's using my playbook, and that's always a mistake.
I think maybe he's just lulling everybody into a false sense of security.
I love that purple and black paint. Looks fantastic, doesn't it?
I'll tell you where this is weird, but it looks even better. BSTV Esports and Spectre 6 have sort of joined up to do some of the endurance events. So Tyler Newitt has mashed together the front end of the BSTV Esports paint and the rear end of the Spectre 6 paint, and it actually works. It's really weird.
Oh, are we going to get the chance to see that?
Well, you won't see it tonight, but maybe if you have a look at one of the endurance races, you'll see it. It's very good, actually. Okay, qualifying is over, Alan. Drivers have done what they can, and yeah, so Gary Craig 8th, Pete the Master of Barber in 10th.
Yes, but Carl's done very well to get into 6th.
Not that there's going to be much between these TCRs anyway.
No, it's going to be tight. Let's hope everybody stays close together and races hard. I don't want people getting dropped off the back.
Well, yeah, racing hard, I think, goes without saying. Anyway, let's bring you your official starting grid for round 6. Simon Trendle for Team Chimera leads the way in GT4. Wobbly Kneecaps for BSTV Esports Pink in 2nd. Jamie Wilson, Team Chimera in 3rd. 4th is Rob Venn, BSTV Esports Orange. 5th is Chris Needham, RWC Racing Red. 6th, Stefan Goebel, VTS Esports. 7th, Dan Blake for Fury Simsport. 8th is Jason Haddington, RWC Racing Red. And 9th is Rick Hedgehog, who is a privateer. Into TCR, and pole sitter in TCR is Sam Blees for Alpine Stars Geodesic Racing. I think that could be white, black. I honestly have no idea. Spencer McCarthy, 2nd, Alpine Stars Geodesic Racing. 3rd, Stephen Walker, Spectre 6. 4th, Russell Cowell, Spectre 6 Hyundai. 5th, Shane Powell, Spectre 6 Hyundai. 6th, Carl Hardy, Safeguard by Results. And 7th, Matt Elmore, Spectre 6. 8th is Gary Craig, BSTV Esports Green. 9th is Matt Flannery for Alpine Stars Geodesic Racing. 10th, Pete Bingham, BSTV Esports Green. And rounding out your TCR grid is Martin Brennan for Safeguard by Result. So, what of a gap? What sort of gap are these TCRs going to leave the GT4s, knowing it could all go wrong? We have a 21-degree track at the moment. So, not exactly baking out there, Alan, but nice enough for a suntan.
Yes, and I don't think anybody would be caught out by this. I think everybody would be ready for the track, and I think they're well aware that it's close quarters out there today.
I think, yes, it's definitely going to be bumper to bumper, isn't it?
What a beautiful sight that is. That's tasty.
Just so you know, we still haven't had a paint for Dan Blake, so I gave him a nice bright pink one. We can't lose him.
You look fantastic, Dan. That's brilliant.
Only real men wear pink.
Well, I'm going to be able to spot him, you know, and some of these others have trouble knowing who's in which car. But there's no missing Dan in that's for sure.
It's, the SB curb cam.
Looks like we've got a reasonable gap there, doesn't it?
Yeah, they are usually very, very sensible, TCR drivers, with gaps. Just to be on the safe side.
GT cars look big and powerful, and they're big and powerful. They're going to have to work hard around here.
I actually overtook a Porsche GT4 on my way back from Portsmouth the other day.
Goodness, was he in the pits?
Okay, but the pace car's in the pits. And he's gone. He's gone. GT4's getting single file straight away. Ooh, there's a bit of touchy-feely in the TCRs. Everybody going though. Carl Hardy's moved up a place already, I think. Has he? Yes, he has.
Yes. Oh no.
Oh no! Somebody's gone. Somebody's gone. It was one of it was that one. In fact, it was Matt Elmore.
Looks like he's still back on the track, isn't he?
I don't know. It looked as if he was recovering from a bad start or something like that. And I think we just had 3 cars into one, and that was the result of it. I'm sure Sam will get us a replay when he can. And there we go. So he's on the grass there.
He's back on the tarmac spine there.
Yeah, we couldn't really see it from that angle, could we? Pete looked, I don't know if Pete was involved or he just slammed on the brakes because he see it happening.
Looked like smart braking, didn't it?
This will be better. So Gary Craig down the inside. Oh, it's just a constant seat. Oh, that was
Gary.
That was Matt Flannery, I think. Took it in really, really hot. What's Rick doing? Ooh, yeah, too much of the loud pedal on the exit.
Probably haven't got the heat in the tyres yet because they were going steady on the first lap. There's no gaps appearing. So he's probably just been caught out slightly by his cool tyres.
Evening to Anthony Jackson on the chat, and also David Ayres and Chris Jackson.
Evening, folks. I had a great plan to watch the chat on my iPad, but it's too old for YouTube now, I've been told. Well, the geodesic guys are in the front and looking strong.
Yeah, but one thing is for sure, we know they will race each other, and they'll race each other hard but fair.
Indeed.
There's no team orders there. Ooh, who was that? Was that Martin Brennan just having a little look at the grass, make sure it was cut correctly?
Well, at least everybody's still running, so that's good. A few hearing moments there in that early lap.
I'm not sure what's with all the creatures around this track, if I'm honest.
I think it's to terrify people, isn't it?
Well, it's terrifying me.
Yeah, well, that's what it does to me generally. That blooming big spidery thing. Simon Wobbly. Jamie are getting a gap.
Yeah, Jamie looks like he's got some pace again this week.
Yes. He's, I was expecting to see this happening again. Actually, these three seem to have just a little edge over the rest of the field at the moment.
Wobbly in a chimera sandwich. Pete Bingham on his favourite track has got himself well up the field to P nowhere.
Yes, but that's two places improvement, isn't it, or one place improvement?
No, it's a one place improvement, but we did have one car crash, so you can't even claim credit for that.
I think there's a lot more to come from Pete today. He's just getting into his stride. He's going to prove me
There
right.
we go. This is on for the lead. Spencer McCarthy tried one on Sam Blees there.
If they're going to go hard at each other, that's good news for the rest of the field, I think.
Well, it looks like Russell Cowell is now putting pressure on Stephen Walker as well, which is really what Stephen doesn't want, because he doesn't want to give these two geodesic guys any excuses to pull a gap at the front.
Yes, he needs to be eyes front, but that's... Tell that to Mr. Cowell. Look at this track. Oh, down through the S's. It's lethal. It's a beautiful blind corners and changes in high. It makes it a joy to drive. Beautiful winding right hand and then sharp uphill. Another blind crest. Got to choose your line.
Yeah. Pick one and stick to it, isn't it?
Yeah. Get your braking here because you can't see the corner. It dips away so sharply. Wicked hairpin. And then we're going to go down the short straight to the S's, which is, well, it's a monument really, isn't it? What would you call it? A complication? Just borrow a watchmaking term. Goodness. Getting down here, oh, it has me gritting my teeth.
Oh, hello. No. Just the camera angle made that look a bit closer.
Another wicked corner, so easy to go out on the left and get onto the grass.
Just caught a glimpse of that bloody spider again.
Ah, it's great to see my captain Cole getting really stuck in and keeping up with the front guys here. He's running at a pace with these chaps. This is lovely. Wondering about Gary. Yeah. I wonder if he's slightly off his pace. Feels like it to me.
Yeah. The only thing I would say, I don't know what Gary thinks of this track in general. However, after a bad or bad in it for Gary's
Ooh.
talent qualifying. He's still on the back of this pack, so yeah, it's not like he's drifting away somewhere.
No, he's probably comfortable. Let's just try and save some fuel.
It could be. You know, sometimes if you can't beat them on pace, you have to try something different, don't you?
Well, like I said before, he's a thinking driver. He will try tactics. He will try anything. He has a plan, I'm sure. Goes to show you how closely matched these teams are. With the team livery so close together, they're really. I like to see that. It means that these drivers are really competing hard with each other, but they're also, you know, very skillful drivers that can drive together.
Yeah, I think Carl Hardy's starting to put some pressure on Shane Powell as well.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time that he's found himself in that sandwich, is it?
Definitely not. The first 10 minutes have flown by.
Goodness me. You're right. Martin is just... Martin and Peter just slightly falling back here. Is that still recovering from his outfit, or has he got damage, do you think?
I don't know. It didn't look too serious. I think there was definitely a scuff mark at least on the front of his car, but I don't think it'll be slowing him down. In fact, I think he is actually slowly catching Pete. Yeah, last lap he was 0.3 quicker. Oh, hello. Hello.
Yeah, well, these corners just, they throw you off. That's a really big curving bend. It's so easy to get sideways. The G-force is pushing you to the side of large.
So after saying he was closing in on Pete, he's not anymore. With a couple of teammates going at it.
Oh, the guy's nose right in there, look at that.
And Carl's saying, you know what, I'll have some of this as well.
And well, Gary's joined the party now, of course. He's like, well, hey fellas.
But you notice the gap that appears every time they go side by side.
Yeah. To mate, but I suspect the pace at the front is high. And you can't afford even to lose a couple of tenths off and then you're going to get a gap. It's like instant, isn't it? Just the way it happens, just like that. It's just, I think just the pace is so high.
And like you say, even a couple of tenths, it can be so hard to claw them back up the front of this field.
The toe is everything, I think. If you get out of the toe from these front guys, you're in a world of pain. Not such a thing with the GT4s, of course. They've got plenty of oomph, especially on this little course.
Jamie Wilson has dropped back a touch. Oh, hello. That's Pete going past Martin.
Oh, well done, Pete.
Again, I don't think that was any talent from Pete. I think that was a mistake from Martin. I think he went wide.
Well, it's very easily done here. Like I said, it's a dangerous little track. It looks innocuous, but it isn't. It's the gradient and the incredible grade shifts are so quick, and then you've got
like
these daft
blind
camber.
summits, haven't you?
Yes, and the track drops down really suddenly. You can change your braking. Look at here. You see the cars disappear because they're going. That's very steep. And you come to the end of a nice straight, and you're really going along very nicely and quick, and then you hit this short, sharp descent with a wicked little loop on the end of it. You've got to try and get around.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's obviously a driver's worst nightmare, isn't it? Downhill, braking and turning.
Yes, and it's a wicked little loop. It's tight. But yeah, it's a great little track.
So a quarter of the way through.
It's starting to get stretched out, but it's taking a long time.
Yeah, half a second back to Stephen Walker. He'll want to be reeling that in as soon as he possibly can. And it will only take one mistake from Sam Blees. Spencer McCarthy will be side by side, and Stephen Walker will be right back with them again.
Oh yes, it won't take very long.
Like
Okay,
now.
look at this. Well, it's a very inviting place to overtake, and if you can just get the line right. But these guys want to have fun as well as be competitive. They want to enjoy their racing, and this is a good track to do that. It is. So you can get in there side by side, total confidence in the guy you're racing with, and you can afford to enjoy yourself.
So I think Shane Powell had a moment, hence the gap to Russell Powell.
Sorry. Is he falling back into Pete's? Oh, he's going to Martin. Martin, where's Pete?
No, I think that's Gary. You can see in the background, Carl, Gary. I heard Carl Hardy shout "well held," so I'm assuming Shane got somewhat sideways.
These guys are so great at recovering. It's an art saving cars in iRacing.
And tonight's cake of choice has just been delivered.
Oh, lovely.
Tonight we will mostly be having Hershey's cookies and cream cheesecake.
Doesn't sound bad. I'm partial to cheesecake.
So
Hello, Martin. You're not in trouble, are you?
He's going out. He's going out.
Oh well. No damage done.
Yep. Everybody avoided well. What's Rick done? Is he on the loud pedal too soon again? Or has he lost it under braking? Yeah, just too quick in. But did well. Got it slowed down.
Yeah.
Didn't try to slow down and turn on the grass.
drivers often complain about the level circuits, don't they?
Yeah.
You can't be complaining about this one. This is no airport circuit. Carrying. Oh, close together. He's done well, this guy, hasn't he? To pull that gap, he's come back, and he's got quite a fair old gap there now.
Yeah, Matt Elmore is chasing Pete Bingham down. I think he's bringing Matt Flannery with him slowly as well.
That little off track cost Martin, didn't it?
Mm.
He's lost his toe, you see. Very hard to get it back. If the guy you're chasing is in tow, you're really going to have to work on it. And that means you've got to drive perfect lap after perfect lap, which is a big ask around here. It's a tricky old track.
But we've seen a number of drivers make mistakes, and as these tyres wear as well, it's going to be a bit more difficult to get these cars turned into the corners.
I imagine it's hard enough already, isn't it? But yes, you're quite right. A bit of tyre wear, just to add a bit of spice to the mix. Keep these guys on there.
Yeah, Stephen Walker's under pressure again from Russell. Sam Blees up front has probably got his biggest gap of the race so far.
See Chris pull up with Rob a little bit. That'd be nice.
Yeah, Rob's in a bit of no man's land at the moment.
Just to get up and then it might be able to work together. And struggling a bit for pace as well, so
I think he's just getting out of the way.
I don't see much of Dan, which is amazing considering his car.
Yeah, you can't lose that car, can you?
I'm not sure this is the track for a McLaren, to be honest. I don't know if you might be one of the ones that's thinking about a change.
Possibly.
We'll see. He likes that McLaren, so, and I like to see it out there. I'd like to see it just moving up a little bit. I want Dan to do well. He's been sat with us and done a race with us, endurance race. It was an honour to have him in the result team for an endurance race.
Ooh, that was well held.
They're good at it, these chaps, honestly. I think I'd be spinning around still. So what's Matt doing? Oh, he's having a tussle with the princess here. Oh, that's it. Crikey.
Pete didn't want any part of that.
He's looking after his paintwork.
Matt Flannery's catching him as well, again.
Yeah, good to see Matt getting up there. Come on, Matt. It's always more fun if there's a few of you together. It is.
Oh, here we go.
Oh. It's a bit of a whack. Oh, I hope he hasn't damaged his suspension or anything.
Don't even need to tell the viewers who that is. It's Kylie. Oh, a couple of wheels on the grass. Alright, 25 minutes gone. Who's going to do something different on the pit stop?
Yes, because it's still close enough to go that a pit stop strategy could make a difference here.
Sam Blease and Spencer McCarthy getting traction on the grass there.
But that gave them a bit of a heart in the... It really makes your heart go bump when that happens to you, because you never know, do you, whether you're actually going to get flipped.
Exactly. And it just shows you that's how easy it is to do.
Oh, really? It really is that easy. Yeah. Ooh. I was getting cozy with Shane.
Yeah, and they've dumped Gary. I think Gary must have had a moment.
Yes, he must have had a moment to lost that time like that. No. Ooh, I thought you might go for the inside there.
Yeah, he should have gone for the full send.
It's a great shot. It just gives you a feel. Look at this. It's the blind crest. It gives you a great feel for this, what this track's like. Because rising and then get this sudden drop away, braking hard and turning sharp left. Everything you don't want to happen at once. Oh, this is spicy. Normally they're very good at getting through the traffic. Both parties involved are well-sussed drivers and aware of what's going on around them.
There he is.
Ah, there you are, Dan.
There he goes.
Oh, still no damage. He'll be undaunted. He will.
What would he take? Oh,
Hello.
Did you see that switch from Simon Trendle?
I bet that was a hefty
given-
counter steer.
Yeah, that was, I think, out of the gas. Opposite lock, and Wobbly Kneecaps has got through to the lead.
And they've got cars in the pits.
Yes, so Jamie Wilson in GT4, Shane Powell and Gary Craig in TCR.
Ah. Well, is that telling us something that the two guys at the back are in the pit?
Well, I think we've seen Shane and Gary have some moments, so maybe they're just trying something different.
Yeah.
Jamie Wilson always does something different. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Don't know if there is an undercut on this track.
Yeah, he's well back at the moment. It's been a real gap. But, you know, these cars are quick and they're just clearly... I wonder if everybody's as familiar with this track as each other as well. It's not the busiest track, is it, that people use?
No, you don't. League racing, leagues that make up their own schedules, it's not very often that you see Barber on the schedule.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because
Yes.
it's certainly a challenge.
Yes, don't understand that really. It's it's a fantastic track. So he's on the grass again. Mind you, we've obviously got this down to a fine art of exactly how many blades of grass you can take at a time. I haven't got it down to a fine art, and I find myself evolving.
Yeah.
But,
So TCR leader, that is in the pits. I think he had to get the anchors on, because Rick Hedgehog there in front of him is also pitting. What's going to cost him?
Oh, I hope he hasn't got a slow down or a... You got to stop and go if you get speeding in the pits.
Yeah, I don't think he was speeding, because I think Rick was slow in.
Oh. The race is on at the front. Sam's going to be chasing hard. Wobbly's going to be trying to get away here, isn't he?
Yeah, well, these guys must be very, very close to their pit stop. Is Simon going to want to take the lead back? Is he going to try and save a few drops for a couple of laps?
He's been making all the pace, hasn't he? So he's probably in a worse shape for fuel than Wobbly. They've been in close proximity, haven't they? So certainly he will have had the advantage of toe.
So GT4 champion from season 7, Chris Needham, is in the pits.
Running fourth.
What are these two going to do? Normally it's Simon Trendle that goes long.
He's been leading all that way, so maybe he hasn't got the edge today. But that does indicate, if he does that often, that his driving style is slightly leaner. There's very little between them, isn't there, in terms of driving. They're both incredibly quick.
Well, it just shows how well Simon is driving up to and including the end of season 7. Simon had 6 wins in this series, and he's already got 3 this season.
There you go. Isn't that good to see, though? We like that, don't we? Yeah. Well done, Simon.
I think we just see Dan Blake disappear
In
into
the
the pit lane
pit.
there, and Kylie Haddington, and Stefan Goebel is in. Matt Elmore has been in, and he's on the way out. Here's Stefan.
I imagine that the Porsche is liking this track maybe better than the Aston. I think it's probably slightly more nimble. There's a few of the people who drive in the Aston Martin were describing it as a, what was it? Aircraft carrier. Was the phrase they used.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, so there you see it. Simon Trendle is in. Wobbly kneecaps goes around again.
Carl is past Shane. And has Carl and Shane pitted?
Yes, they're both put in.
Right. Oh, this is the scrap to the end for these two.
Yeah, so we're just waiting on wobbly kneecaps in GT4. I was going to say Martin Brennan in TCR, but he's just come in. So Spencer McCarthy and Russell Cowell are yet to pit in TCR. Ooh.
Now.
What happened there? I think that may have been with a TCR coming out of the pits. I think that's is that Sam Blees?
Oh,
it is Sam Blees, yeah.
Oh, unfortunate. Oh, Sam will feel awful.
And that, in all probability, is going to gift the GT4 win to wobbly kneecaps.
Oh, came out of nowhere, didn't he?
Well, I did hear Sam shout an apology that he didn't get a spotter call.
I wonder if it's possible. Yeah, he probably didn't see him coming into the track like that. I don't know. It didn't look like he got a spotter call, did he? He was just, he didn't know that Simon was there at all. Still holding third place. Jamie's got behind that.
Yes.
Well, let's see what he can do for a fight back. He's up for a fight back.
Is this the week where Jamie beats his teammate?
Well, we're looking for
Jamie's going to crash now, I've said that.
Oh, don't, because we're looking for a strong contender for the GT4 driver of the night. Well, I am looking for one anyway. You probably got one already.
I never make my mind up till the end because you never know what's going to happen.
I'm haunted by the driver of the night.
I think a few seasons ago I did pick one halfway through the race that had an absolutely blinding race from the back. I won't mention who it was. Done loads of overtakes, and then with about 5 minutes to go, he just did the biggest dive bomb from about 26 miles back and wrecked somebody's race. At which point I decided not to pick my winner halfway through. So, two TCRs that hadn't been in, Russell Cowell and Spencer McCarthy, have now been in. And we can see that Sam Blease has dropped down to 4th. I think a bit of that was being held up in the pit lane by Rick Hedgehog, and also the incident with Simon Trendle didn't help either.
No, you'll feel dreadful about that as well. You might well have picked up a little bit of damage. You don't know. I don't know. You can't tell how hard the contact was. Simon's still going though, so
Yeah, Simon was very, very sensible there. He didn't force anything with these TCRs. Carl run a bit wide there. That's going to give Shane some hope. But the next one's a right. He's going to have to give it up.
these cars are so close in performance. It really is, you know, a feather's touch of acceleration or a feather's touch on the brake that is the only difference. The only way you can split them, you're talking about tiny, tiny little increments. These guys are absolutely will be panting right in the heat of the battle here, and loving every minute.
Yeah, and everybody else is a bit spread out. Normally it's the pit stops that bring them all back together.
Yeah, but they were running. They were just starting to get spread out before the pit stops, and I think that just seems to exacerbate it, doesn't it?
Well, it certainly does. Ooh, Carl Hardy's a bit slippy-slidey at the moment.
And what you don't think he didn't do tyres or something?
Oh, I don't know. Unless did he do all four and he's got some cold rears on that car? I don't know. But then we've seen an unfortunate braking thing there with Shane. But this is all getting Gary Craig interested again.
Go on, Gary, I want to see you in here.
What has happened to Spencer McCarthy?
Oh goodness, he's out.
Why have we lost our TCR leader? So we're hearing from Sam that he's disconnected. Was that a manual disconnect or a booted from the server disconnect?
No, it's been booted from the server.
Oh, no. Oh, that's so disappointing for you, man. You keep seeing this. I see this quite a lot at the moment. It's booted out of the server business, or upload packet loss and things like that.
Yeah.
That's so disappointing for him. Well, we've got a different race.
We certainly have.
Look who's got to the front.
Yeah, Mr. Lucky Pants himself.
Oh, Stephen. Right place at the right time by the looks of it.
Okay, so we've got a message from Ramiboo TV. And I'm guessing that that's Spencer McCarthy, because he said, "Sorry guys, blue screen."
Is blue one better than black?
Well, I don't know. I suppose blue, at least you know something's working. Whereas black, it could be nothing's working.
I get black with white dots.
But yeah, that's unfortunate. Nobody ever wants that to happen to anybody. But the old adage, you know, sim cars don't break down, but your hardware can. So it's the equivalent of I don't know.
I would say he's
Breaking the transmission or something like that on your car.
He's done the cam belt. Do they have cam belts still?
Yeah. Or chains.
Never quite sure what's under the bonnet of cars these days.
Not a lot, mate, to be honest.
A lot of the things that used to be in there aren't anymore. I know that. I used to be doing my own mechanic and I'd be looking in vain for a set of points. Yeah. But I could do everything with a few spanners.
Yeah, gone are the days of feeler gauges.
Yes, and probably people aren't lying there in the street with gearboxes on their chests anymore either.
Yeah, you don't even get engine oil shampoo anymore, do you? So.
I've got a permanent rinse. That's the clumsiest mechanic on earth.
Right, 15 minutes to go. Both class leaders have got 10-second leads.
Nice little battle here with Dan. He's getting chased hard by...
I'll tell you what I'm watching. I'm watching Simon Trendle chase down Jamie Wilson.
How's he doing? Oh, yes, he's taking chunks. Well, I told you he would go for the chase, and yeah, well, look at that.
I expect these to... are they going to go at it hard? Yeah, of course they are. I was going to say, is Jamie going to let him by because of the championship battle with Wobbly, but no, he's going to race him.
I don't think it's time for him to pull Wobbly back, is there?
No, he's not going to get to Wobbly, but obviously extra points for second rather than third.
Yeah, though, you know, Jamie's doing well in the championship. And it's early days in the championship, isn't it? I was thinking, I was looking at the points and thinking, okay, it's actually very early days and things are still close.
Well, yeah, halfway through tonight. So, another 6 rounds coming up.
How many points do you get for a win?
Don't ask me tricky questions.
Well, but
I'll tell you what, I'm that kind of guy, I'll have a look.
Well, thank you.
So, 75 for winning, 70 for second, and 65 for third.
Right, so... Crikey. You have to work to build up a lead.
You certainly do. And we've got some interesting tracks coming up as well. Laguna Seca next time, and then we go to Winton, new on the service this season. That's going to be a lot of fun. Mid-Ohio, always a good track. Interlagos, another track I like. And then Knock Hill. The anything can happen Knock Hill. I know you've had a couple of workouts around there, Alan.
Ooh, tell me about it.
And we finished the season on June the 1st at Imola, which another good track.
Yeah, no, that's a great running. It is. They're all nice tracks, aren't they? They're all going to have a good time driving around them.
Evening to Andrew McKinley on the chat.
Evening, Andrew. Hope you're well.
Here goes with the Chimera battle. They haven't really got to worry about Wobbly in front because they're not going to catch him. They haven't got to worry about Rob behind because Rob's not going to catch these two. So these two are free to race.
Yes. I think that they are. By the looks of it.
Sam Blee's third place TCR driver is also closing in on second place Russell Cowell.
I was running fourth.
Something for Sam to keep his little eye on.
Shane and Carl are still, what, neck and neck? Are they still 3/4 left on, what, half a second or something? Oh, it's crikey. If Carl's in fourth.
Andrew on the chat, Alan, has said he's in a bit of pain in both arms. Do you want to hazard a guess of what he's been up to?
Swimming.
Could be. Good call. Good call.
He's involved in lots of activities and stuff that he does.
Weightlifting.
Extramural. Oh, goodness me, Andrew. Well done, mate. He's a nice young man, is Andrew. Very good driver.
Oh, traffic. Oh, that was very clever.
Yeah, that was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Whoa!
Oh!
Kylie's away again.
Oh, it's Kylie.
Was it Kylie?
I think so, yeah.
It certainly was. Oh! Oh! Yeah, you was right, Alan. It was swimming.
There you go. We do have the occasional conversation about his extramural activities, so I've got an advantage in the guessing activity department.
Yeah, I can't see how you can hurt your arms lolling about on a lilo myself, but never mind.
It's still at school, he does competitive swimming, I think.
I do.
That was the last time I...
Lilo lolling.
Yeah,
If that was an
something to
Olympic
see.
sport, mate, I'd be up there, believe me.
I used to swim for Nottingham County Schools.
Really?
Yes, backstroke.
I didn't think water was invented then.
Yes, there wasn't very much of it. They had to ration it. But, yeah. I loved swimming. In those days, when you were 10, you could leap on a bike, ride 5 miles into the centre of town and go swimming by yourself.
Yes. Swimming isn't my idea of fun to be. I love being in the water, but not doing anything strenuous.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have the allure it used to, especially as it, roasts my eyeballs with the chlorine.
They probably just used bleach in your day, didn't they?
Well, it felt like it. Used to leave a layer of skin. Used to come out very clean.
Okay,
Just do
7.5 minutes.
Closed.
How wide can Jamie make that car?
Oh, well, this is one of the danger points. And did he get a wheel on the grass?
I think he's got away with that.
Yes, because he's going to go right. He's going to have the first turn in. Tricky section. Needs a good exit.
And he got one.
Yeah, excellent. No lifting here. Boot it straight through. No, he's going to be leaving his braking as late as he can for this. He's going to have to get on the line. It's very easy to lose it left here. Another blind horizon.
So this is the Blees Cowl battle that we was talking about a few minutes ago. Sam Blees looking for second place. Both
Wow.
Spencer and Sam have had their fair share of bad luck this season, with disconnects and football injuries and all sorts. Normally we would see these two up the top of the pile somewhere.
Well, that's genuine pressure from Sam now.
Yeah, 5.5 minutes. So what are we looking at? 3 laps? Maybe 4?
Simon, please wait, mate. We're racing.
They're having a great time in there. No. One error and he's going to lose the place. That's real pressure. There's just any tiny error and that's it. The guy's going to be past him, you know. He won't need to be asking twice. Oh, these two are still at it hard now. Coming up to the lap.
Yeah, that's Rick Hedgehog. Getting sensibly well out of the way.
I'm not sure. For who? Something like that. For who?
That's definitely Hedgehog. He's just spelt it wrong.
Easy to say, that's for sure. I used to be reasonable at nail under pronunciation. Reasonable. And reasonable guttural.
I am absolutely rubbish at it. Hence why I make it up as we go along.
Godverdomme. Outstaken.
Which is where Wobbly Kneecaps got his name from. Because I couldn't say his name, so we called him Wobbly Kneecaps, and he loved it so much he changed his name.
Well, it suits him well because they're very rapid kneecaps as well. Go on, Jamie. Oh, I bet they're having a great time in there.
3-minute warning.
This is the way he's lining him up, isn't it? He keeps looking. Oh, it's got a better lie this time.
Oh, no. Jamie there. But it's the right
he keeps
hander.
getting in line, and then there's
nothing Spencer can do from out there.
It's how tight do you want it? Goodness me!
Oh, better run from Simon that time.
It's that little bit of toe, look, you see. Oh, it gives you just puts you in the position to actually make a dive through. Any moment, there we
go.
There he goes. Can he do it? No.
Oh, he had to get on the brakes, didn't he?
Oh, goodness. That was awesome.
So 2 minutes to go. So this lap and one other, I believe. Two battles going on. Both for second place in each class. And there's nothing out there. Jamie very defensive now.
Yes. Not surprised though. Simon's trying to climb inside his car with him. I believe they'd removed the other front seat so that the following driver has a comfortable place.
Jamie's car is definitely wiggling more than Simon's.
Well, I think, it'd be reasonable for Jamie to be feeling a bit of pressure at this moment. Let's face it, he's doing very well. He's been staving off a really good driver for a long time. We know Simon's just got the edge. So Jamie's doing a great job. These two haven't stopped.
No.
Ooh.
Just a look there from Sam. Oh. He's gonna, if he can stay there, he's all right.
Come on, come on.
Simon, yeah, as I say, Simon's got to give it up there because you just can't get two cars through it. But he's going to get a good run here.
Oh,
and there it is. It's done.
Well, that was so valiant, Jamie. What a battle. He did a heck of a job, but Simon's just a brilliant driver, isn't he? That was superbly judged, wasn't it?
So here is Wobbly Kneecaps taking home the win in GT4.
Very well done. Very well done, Mr. Kneecaps. Cracking drive.
Simon Trendle is going to come home in second after that fantastic battle with Jamie Wilson in third. Stephen Walker is the runaway leader in TCR after the disconnect from Spencer McCarthy. So a third win of the season for Wobbly, a third win of the season for Stephen. This is the battle for second. Russell Cowell, Sam Blees. Great defence by Russell. Brings it home second with Sam in third.
Great racing. Great racing. And everybody's bringing the cars out. That's nice, isn't it? It's we've just got one lost due to a technical issue, so that's good because this is a dangerous circuit, and the guys have done well tonight.
Right, just waiting for the last of the cars to come over the line.
Pink looks wicked.
Oh, you can't lose him.
Goodness me, I have to put my sunglasses on. Well, very well done, guys. I bet you've enjoyed that this evening. I've enjoyed watching it, that's for sure.
Okay, so let's bring you your GT4 results. So first place, Wobbly Kneecaps for BSTV Esports Pink. Second was Simon Trendle for Team Chimera. Third, Jamie Wilson, Team Chimera. In fourth was Rob Venn for BSTV Esports Orange. Chris Needham came home fifth for RWC Racing Red. Stefan Goebel in sixth for VTS Esports. Dan Blake in seventh for Fury Simsport. Jason Haddington eighth for RWC Racing Red. And ninth was Privateer Rick Hedgehog. Into TCR, a win for Stephen Lucky Walker for Spectre 6. Second, Russell Cowell, Spectre 6 Hyundai. Sam Blees in third for Alpine Stars Geodesic Racing Black. Carl Hardy in fourth for Safeguard by Result. Fifth was Shane Powell for Spectre 6 Hyundai.
Gary Craig came home 6th for BSTV Esports Green. Matt Flannery, Alpine Stars Geodesic Racing Black in 7th. Matt Elmore, Spectre 6 in 8th. Pete Bingham was 9th for BSTV Esports Green, with Martin Brennan in 10th for Safeguard by Result. And you saw the disconnect. 11th place classified was Spencer McCarthy for Alpine Stars Geodesic Racing White. So, Alan, not the 78 cars under a blanket race that we're used to. But it certainly had a lot going on, didn't it? And battles right to the end.
Certainly did. It was. It took a long while for the cars to get spread out at the start of the race. There was still getting towards the halfway point when they were starting. Some significant gaps started to happen, and of course it's a difficult track. We had quite a number of spins and things happening. Interfering with things a little bit, but no damaged cars by the looks of it, and people were still managing to race through it, which is great. And they spread out, but everybody got to fight. It seemed to me there was an awful lot of intense battles going on because of mishaps at the front and various other reasons. We had some incredible tense fighting at the end there, and there was some. It's great to see some of the drivers up the field fighting as well.
No idea what was going on there. It's like an autistic car.
It's a love ritual.
Anyway, let's get these interviews rolling, shall we? Let's bring in our Gt4 winner and third win of the season for Wobbly Kneecaps. Welcome to the booth.
Hey.
Hello. Thanks, guys.
That was shaping up to be a race-long 60-minute battle with Simon Trendle. And then Simon had a bit of trouble coming out of the pit lane, and it was all over, and you was in the lead, and nothing was going to stop you.
Yeah, I was quite. I was quite sad that he had the incident. I heard it on the Discord, and then I think it was really tight between the fuel between us. I think I did save a little bit more, so I was planning on getting out ahead as I was already driving that, and. Yeah, I'm a bit. Yeah, it's unlucky out there. So they spoke to each other already, and I heard it was an unlucky incident. But I was looking quite forward to the fight, to be honest.
Yeah, it's one of those things, to be honest, or from what we saw of it. Simon coming out of the pit, Sam coming round the corner, no call from the spotter, and there was contact, and Simon was spun. But yeah, it happens. It's happened to most drivers in their careers. But it gifted you another win halfway through the season, and it looks like this battle for the GT4 championship is going to go all the way between you and Simon.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season. He's fast on certain tracks where I'm slower at, and I'm faster on certain tracks where he's slower at. So we're kind of, hopping between each other, we're hopping between the points, and it's quite fun. And it's a really good, fun lad to drive against as well.
And rest of the season, is there any tracks that you're really looking forward to, or any tracks that you are absolutely dreading?
Wait, give me a sec. What's the schedule?
So we've got Laguna Seca, Winton, Mid-Ohio, Interlagos, Knock Hill, and Imola.
So I hate Laguna Seca. I never drove Winton. I hate Imola, and I hate Interlagos. So keep Mid-Ohio left, and Knock Hill is fine.
Okay, so we'll keep an eye on you for them. I do agree with you with Laguna Seca. There's only one good part on the track, and they just need to repeat that 28 times, and we've got a decent track.
Yes.
But anyway, like I said, another win for yourself. And incidentally, just to make your head grow a little bit bigger, as I'm on holiday this week and I've been sorting out all the stats for the series, you are the driver with the most wins in the series that is still active. Up to this season, you had 17 plus 3 this season, so you're on 20 wins at the moment. So well done for that.
Oh,
Yeah, baby,
congratulations!
yeah. Yeah, that's a cool stat, mate.
But
Yeah,
you've got
fantastic.
another 6 to go before you can claim that coveted number 1.
I will.
Any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
To you guys for setting up the broadcast, to the guys in Discord, and my wife for letting me always race. I mean, I know I'm racing on Tuesdays, on Wednesdays, and Saturdays, and well, at least you went out for a run. So you did something good.
I did actually watch you last night. You was rubbish.
Oh, mate, I overtook 28 cars and had the pit stop start.
Anyway, congratulations on the win, and we'll see you next time out.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Well
Thanks.
done, Wobbly.
Thanks,
Okay, next up, let's bring in Lucky Underpants himself, Stephen Walker. Welcome to the booth.
Hello, hello, hello.
So, similar to what I just said to Wobbly, you know, that was shaping up to be a hell of a battle. And then, by hook or by crook, all the contenders managed to get themselves out of the fight. Sam having the pit exit incident with Simon, Spencer running out of hamsters and disconnecting. So, you know, the Lucky Pants were in effect tonight.
Yeah. Decided to work this week instead of failing me last week when I ran out of fuel. So, I mean, I'll take that. Obviously, I'm gutted for both Sam and Spencer. It's not the way you like to win. You like to do it on the track, but it'll be my turn, I'm sure, at some point for that to happen. You know what computers are like. So, I'm gutted in one way because, yeah, like you say, those two were quicker than me. I don't know whether... I think Sam would have caught us because he took new tyres. I didn't, which might have forced Spencer to not as well. I'm not 100% sure. So I don't know if he'd done much practice. I might have been able to catch him, but I think he had a 2-second lead out of the pits. He must have saved more fuel than I did or something, or I don't know what it was. But I was like, worst case scenario, I finished third where I was before we pitted anyway.
Yeah, and you know, championship-wise, again, it's not taking anything away from you, because you know this is your third win of the season out of 6 races, but your main rivals keep taking themselves out of contention through no fault of their own, really.
Yeah, like 100%. They're both quicker than me, so had they not had the issues, they both would have been in front of me. But I can only do my races, and like last season, I was the one that was having most of the issues. I had a equipment issue. I had issues with other things as well. It was just a bit all over the place. So obviously, you don't, like I say, you don't want to win it like that. But there's not much I can do other than run my own race. And we've had some exciting races, and there's plenty more races to go where we'll be all together as well, so it should still be a great season.
And I assume with the car change amnesty week coming up, you will be sticking with the trusty Honda?
Yeah, man, I love this car. I'm not changing. I picked it, so I'll keep it for the season. I really like driving it. I don't know whether it suits my driving style or whether when the change they made to the TCRs for this season suits me more than it did last season. I don't know, whatever it is, but I really enjoy driving this car and trying to wring all the pace out of it I can, because it is probably the slowest car, bar the Audi maybe, on the grid. So it's tough every week just to be with both Sam and Spencer. I know obviously Spencer's in the same car, but he'd be quicker than me if he was in one of the high Hyundais for sure.
Okie dokie. Well, we got a lot of interviews as usual, so any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Yeah, obviously you guys for putting everything on. Sam and Spencer, just unlucky guys. It'll be next week. I'm sure it'll be the other way around. Russ for coming second. He did well to hold off Sam at the end. And then the rest of the team, good racing. So yeah, no, cheers guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well done,
Excellent.
matey.
Well, congratulations on your win, mate, and we'll see you next time out.
Cheers guys. Thank you.
Okay, so next up, let's bring in our second place GT4 driver, Simon Trendle. Welcome to the booth.
Hello.
Burning question, when are you going to let him beat you?
Never.
Excellent. That is the answer we wanted. So, said to Wobbly, that was shaping up to be a lights to flag battle between you two. And then you had your unfortunate incident coming out of the pit lane with Sam Blees. At which point I was thinking, do you know what? Jamie's going to do it this week. And I didn't take any notice of you whatsoever. I was busy watching other things. And then I looked up and you was like within a second. And then we watched most of that battle. And you finally got past him on the last lap. Are you two talking to each other whilst this is going on?
While it's going on, no. No, Jamie wants to be ahead of me and I want to be ahead of Jamie, so there's not really much to talk about at that point.
I say it was an absolutely fantastic battle, and you tried every which way you could, and it looked. I don't know whether I will ask Jamie. I don't know whether it was just the pressure that told in the end, or whether his tyres were worn out. But his car was definitely a lot slidier than yours, and it only took one mistake and you was through.
Yeah, it was traction control kicking in, because obviously I put him offline with that hairpin. He put the foot down and then it kicked in the traction control, and that's in the Aston, that's death. You hit the traction control and you just stop.
Yeah, that's not good. Well, you and Wobbly are sharing the wins this season, and this is going to go all the way. So, same question I asked to Wobbly for the viewers. The tracks, I don't know if you know what we've got left, but we've got Laguna Seca, Winton, Mid-Ohio, Interlagos, Knock Hill, and Imola. Any of those that you're really looking forward to or really dreading?
I like all of them. Mid-Ohio maybe not so much, but the rest of them are great. I love all of them.
Well, you'll be pleased to know that Wobbly hates Laguna Seca, Interlagos, Imola, and Mid-Ohio.
That's okay then. Laguna I'm not so sure on either, to be honest, but I quite liked it in the McLaren. I'm not sure about the Aston. The McLaren was really fast around there, so if I can do that again, that'll be fine.
Yeah, and you're going to stick with the Aston for the rest of the season?
Yep, I like the Aston.
Excellent. So, a valiant effort there to get back up to second place and keep the pressure on Wobbly. It'll be very interesting to see tomorrow. I'll actually be doing the scores tomorrow morning as I'm off work. So, be nice to see how that's shaping up at the top. Any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
You guys for running the league and doing the broadcast. Everyone in GT4 for turning up, although there's only 3 of us I ever really saw, but still, at least there was a field. Everyone in TCR, because rolling roadblocks are fun sometimes. I think that's it.
Excellent. Well, let's say congratulations on that recovery drive and keeping your record up over your teammate and finishing second, Simon Trendle.
Cheers, guys.
Great race, Simon.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoyed that a lot.
Okay, who do you want to interview, Alan?
I don't mind, matey.
Do you fancy... No, I shouldn't say do you fancy. How about let's bring in Russell Cowell to be grilled by Sir Alan Toon.
Oh, grilled. Okay. Oh, Russell, poor man.
I'm looking forward to this.
Well, I'm not very good at grilling people, to be honest. I'm more of a baker,
Oh,
to be honest. I can bake you a little bit.
Yeah, I'll take anything you've got.
What a race.
It was hard work.
Goodness me. It was non-stop for you, wasn't it? And
From the
I
get-go,
enjoyed
yeah.
every minute. It was, and how did you see it? Because it was so close at the start, then it started to get spread out a little bit, and I didn't know what was going to happen. To be honest, I thought, well, Carl's going to catch up, and he's going to whip past everybody and show them a clean pair of heels, but it didn't happen. But close.
Yeah, the start was I was just trying to not run into the back of Mr. Lucky Walker, who's kindly lending me a lot of luck this season. And then obviously Sam and Spencer just had their issues, and it was just about maintaining Sam behind me. As soon as I saw his name pop up, I was constantly saying to Mr. Walker that Sam is gaining on me. What should I do? And he just said, shut up and calm down and just race.
Yeah, it was Sam's wicked fast, and there was a lot of pressure all around. I think there was a lot of pressure all around the field, to be honest, and beautiful driving by everybody. We finished with almost a full grid still. It was great to see. I enjoyed your race.
Thanks.
It's what you want to tell me, because I'm not very good at interviewing people, but I'm very good at watching you driving and enjoying your racing.
Yeah, well, this is one of them tracks where you put a tyre on the grass and you are gone. I think most people are always worried about turn one. If you don't clip that curb, you're gone. As Matt Elmore faced for the last couple of days, he enjoyed clipping the grass and going off. I think everyone just had it. It was a good race. I'm sweating like mad now, so I'm probably going to have to go for another shower. It's brilliant.
There was a lot of wheels on going near the grass, and I thought people had got it well judged, to be honest. It could have been a lot worse, I think. People seem to have it pretty well sussed. I
had a bit of a moment in the first part of the race, which I think I slowed Shane down a bit too much, and it took him up into Carl and Gary. But I kind of stuck myself where I thought I should do, and it so happened to be that it was directly in front of Shane as he came through the corner. But other than that, I just pushed on as best as I could.
Yeah, it was a titanic struggle. It was great to watch. No wonder you're panting. I was saying, these guys would be sweating, and because everybody's working hard on that, going around that track, aren't they? It was great.
Yeah, I've got my fan on full speed and I'm still sweating. It's not a nice room at the minute, this.
Yeah, well done, matey.
Thank you.
Do you want to give us any shout-outs?
Yeah, to you guys, obviously, again. You always put this on. It's a good show. I enjoy it a lot. Obviously, you've done well throughout this, and obviously being interviewed by you, Sir Alan, is always a pleasure. And then my teammates, obviously, Wook, for constantly pushing, and all of us, to be honest. He's constantly telling us, keep doing practice, keep getting on it. Cap's obviously been breathing down my neck this week, because I've been saying I'm not going to do that well, and he's like, just keep practicing, you'll do it. And then Sam for the tunes, he's been kind enough to lend me those quick boy tunes. So, and everyone in general, to be honest, everyone's sound like they all have a good laugh. We all have a chat after the race, so it's just a good atmosphere all throughout.
Yes, it's a great bunch of drivers, Russell.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, thank you very much, my friend, and we'll see you next week.
No problem. See you next week.
Okay, so see, I told you, Alan. They're all waiting for you to interview them now.
I need to get better at it. I need some kind of a strategy for interviewing. You have to help me with a strategy for interviewing, like some bullet points or something. I've heard of those.
Just make it up as you go along. That's what I do. And talking about making it up as you go along, let's bring in our third place GT4 driver, Jamie Wilson. Welcome to the booth.
Hello.
Right, I thought this was the week. What went wrong?
I just got a glob of traction control at the wrong moment. Which is a situation created by Simon. in effect outsmarting me basically and putting me on a line that the car just kind of went brab, 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 instead of making forward progress, and then that was enough momentum for him to get past. Gave it a damn good try though, didn't I?
You certainly did. Even from the start, we were saying that normally in any order you want, Wobbly and Simon disappear into the distance, but it was a good 10-15 minutes into the race before they were slowly dropping you. You seem to have some really good pace at the start of the race.
Yeah, I had a couple of scruffy laps, just little mistakes, and just like a slide here, slide there, that kind of thing, and that just put me off the back of them. And then they just found another gear. I mean, no, I probably got a bit flattered in that first little sector because they're both trying to save fuel and be smart about strategy. I was just, as you say, do something different. So I was just going flat out, and I was going to change tyres, and Simon wasn't. So one of us might have had an advantage over Wobbly, whatever he did, that kind of thing. So, but yeah, no, they just had a little bit extra that I couldn't maintain, which is a shame. But anyway, ended up being good fun. Even though I didn't get the rights to smug mode yet again. It was still a good battle.
Yeah, I said to Simon, obviously once he had the incident with Sam coming out of the pits, and he was a long way behind you, and I literally at that point went, do you know what? He's done it. And then totally ignored both you and Simon and concentrated on something totally different, and then just happened to look, and he was within a second of you. And then we basically stayed with that battle pretty much all the way to the end.
Nice.
And I think, in all fairness, and no disrespect to Simon, there was 3 of us in the booth willing for your Aston to be 4 cars wider. Just for you to do it, but ultimately, Simon's a crafty bugger, and like you say, outsmarted you, put you on the wrong line, traction control kicked in, and job was a good one. But it was a valiant effort.
Yeah, I can't ask for more than that, can I? As long as I was able to give him, some annoyance for 20 minutes or whatever it was, then any opportunity I have to annoy Simon for 20 minutes, I'll take it. So yeah, all good.
Well, it's we see it in this series. You and Simon, we see Russell and Shane, we see Sam and Spencer. You guys might be teammates, but you always race each other hard. There's no team orders and things like that. It wasn't, I'm going to let Simon pass because he's fighting Wobbly in the championship. It was, no, you know what, I want to beat him. And we see that throughout the field. So I think that's absolutely fantastic, and a credit to all of you.
Yeah, it's a balancing act. You can't do anything too silly. And if it was a different situation, then it would have played out differently. If this was the last race and Simon was fighting Wobbly, then that's that's different. But at this point, it's fine. If he got like a really good run on me, like out of a braking zone, out of a acceleration zone, then I wasn't gonna like really squeeze him or fight him like super crazy hard. If it was Wobbly, then maybe I'd fight him slightly harder. You know what I mean? There's a balance there.
Yes, most definitely.
It depends on the nature of the opportunity. He needs to get that run in order to capitalise on it. So unless he's got it, then I'll just treat him like anyone else.
Well, that's always good to hear. Before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give?
I just want to give a specific shout out to Mr. Bill Switzer. Because his presence is very much missed in the booth.
Yes, I'm sure he will be back.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's watching. We just want to say hello, Bill. Hope you're doing all right, and hope to hear you back in the booth as soon as.
Yeah, I think we're all missing his dulcet tones, and
we need some more holy mackerels.
we certainly do. There is only one Bill Switzer Walker, so yeah, it'll be good. Be a good day when he comes back. But that's it for the interviews tonight. Thanks for joining us as usual. You're going to have to put that smug face away for another week, but maybe next time out at Laguna Seca. You never know. Jamie Wilson.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, well done, Jamie.
Right, so that's the interviews done and dusted. It's now nightmare time for Alan. Give me your Gt4 driver of the meeting.
Okay, so I'm ready for you.
He's got it written down.
I've got it written down. I've written it down 6 times because it went up and down. It did. I was fancying Chris Needham in the GT4s. I was. But after that incredible battle with Jamie and Simon, that was riveting stuff, wasn't it? And thanks to both of those drivers, because that was absolutely great. So I'm going to give it to Jamie because that was so brave, and that was heart in the mouth stuff. And what an overtake at the last minute!
It certainly was. And your TCR driver of the evening.
Well, that's going to be Carl. 4th place. What a drive.
And a vote for Carl Hardy. Right, let's go to Sam. Your GT4 driver of the evening, please.
I will pick 2 guys, one in GT4, one in TCRs, that you will never see coming. Never.
Oh, God. It's going to be wobbly, isn't it?
It is.
Holy mackerel.
There's, they all drove well, the 3 front guys, but he's the one on top of them, and he's the one I pick.
Okay, and who wouldn't you pick in TCR then?
Well, there's a few I could have picked, but I'm going to pick Stephen Walker because, well, again, he's one of these 4 or 5 guys that have battled all the way to the end of the race, and he's the one on top. So there you go.
Okay, well, my GT4 driver is really, really easy because Alan picked Jamie, so I'm going for Simon because he was the other 50% of that battle, and what a battle that was. And in TCR, I do agree. Fantastic race from Stephen Walker, in the right place at the right time again, but I don't pick winners. So my vote is going to go to Russell Cowell for his defence at the end there against Sam. So, that's going to be my vote, Russell Cowell. Right, guys. So, what have we got coming up on BSTV in the next 7 days? Well, there's something rather exciting happening this weekend. But before that, we have the opening rounds of our Hexseal Alt F4 Championship from Spa coming to you on Saturday night. Plenty of spaces left on the grid. Alan, I think you should be in this one. But it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I've actually had a go in this car. And,
have you?
Yeah, I think it is absolutely fantastic. It's got a lot of grip until it hasn't got any. It turns in really well until it doesn't. And the back end just seems to go where you want it to until it doesn't. So I think it's our first open wheel series, and I think it's going to be fantastic. Then on Sunday, it's the main event. It's back. It is the BSTV Poopcast with myself and Mr. Pete Bingham. We will be talking about everything BSTV League related. So all 3 series that we're running. We have a special guest in Mr. Tony Kloosterman, who's going to be joining us and also talking about the racing. We've got a couple of special features coming up as well. It's going to be good fun. And just in case you don't know, the YouTube chat will be closed. If you want to talk to us, get yourself in the interview waiting room and we'll drag you in live on air and find out what you've got to say. If you're not in our Discord, then get yourself on our website and there's a link to join our Discord from there. Then next Wednesday, we are back with round 7 of the Gt4 TCR Challenge, coming to you from Laguna Seca. Out in the desert, lots of sand, one fantastic corner called the Carousel. And these cars are going to be absolutely amazing round there, and they're going to put on a hell of a show as usual. So it just leaves me to say, make sure that you drop this video a like. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, and then you will never miss any of the action. Congratulations to our winners tonight. Thanks to Alan and Sam for joining me in the booth and putting on the show. I shall say good night, let the guys say good night, and then we'll close the broadcast. So good night, everybody. Thanks for watching and stay safe.
Good night, folks. Been a pleasure to be here, and see you next week.
And good night, everybody. See you next time.